Hello. Hello. Just getting you on my phone. It's funny, isn't it? It's like double places. Hello. Hello. Today we are meeting Lizzie. Woohoo. Hi, Lizzie.
Hello. Hello. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
How is the weather down in Cornwall?
I'm looking as though you can see out my window, but you can't see out my window. It is majorly windy down here. How is it where you are?
It is hot and a little bit breezy here. In fact, it looks gorgeous outside. It's not a day to be inside talking on the computer.
Ah, now I think if the wind wasn't here, it would be gorgeously hot and sunny, but it's really, really windy. And I'm just noticing that I probably should have brought Elvis's den thing inside because it's kind of broken up. So that's my job for after. I'm going to write that on my list of questions.
It's not going to blow away, is it?
If it does, just act natural.
We'll put a video or something on.
Okay, good.
In the meantime.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, TT. Hi, Nova. Hi, Ziva. Lovely to see you. Hello, everybody. Today
Hello, everyone.
Is our Meet the Team with Lizzie and
That's amazing.
Yay! And me, Miss H. Yay! So I'm female. I am she, her, and Lizzie is non-binary. So Lizzie is they, them. I'm pointing to you that way, but I think that way. There we go.
Hang on, I can mess with you further.
Okay, that's it, because that's mirrored as well. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Dalva. Hi, Tammy. Dalva, thank you for your lovely message on the group. That's really sweet of you. Thank you. So we've got some questions for Lizzie, or as we call her in the team, Lizzie Corn.
For some reason, whenever people look at me, they see a unicorn, and I can't figure out why.
Yeah, no idea. We in fact, Tammy came up with your catchphrase, Lizzie Corn does what we can't do. So this would be a good interview. Yes, no, but so Lizzie and I are siblings. We grew up in the same family, and they know all my secrets. There's no secret. There are no secrets. Obviously, Lizzie's got no secrets. They've got no hold over me at all, obviously.
I kind of want to ask everyone to try and guess which of us is the elder, but that's probably not a kind thing to do.
Yes, which one of us is the elder sister? One of us is the middle child, and one of us is the elder, and then Amanda, who also used to work in the business, is the younger one. So one of us is the middle. So just have a little guessing in the comments which one is which.
Amanda may be joining us in the comments today, just so you know. She said if she could, she should tune in. So you might end up with all three of us siblings.
Ooh. I'm not sure how our parents would feel about that. Oh, hi, Amanda. Hi.
Amanda's here.
Okay, Mum's here in comments as well. Mum, you don't answer either. Right, let's get started with questions because I could get distracted here. Right, okay,
yes. So you've got a den to rescue.
This question. I have yet to have my interview, so I'm not sure, but I'll be prepared now. So please tell us about yourself. So tell us who you are, where you are, what you do, how long you've been doing it, anything you'd like to tell us about yourself. Who are you? Who is Lizzie Corn?
Hello, everyone. I'm Lizzie. My friends call me Al. You can call me Lizzie or Al. It's fine. As Samantha mentioned, I'm non-binary, so not a lady, not a guy. I prefer they, them, their pronouns, please. Thank you. I'm in Wales, in the valleys in Wales, although as you can probably tell from my accent, I didn't grow up around here, but I love it. It's beautiful. I'm the social media manager for Sewing Patterns by Mrs. H, although over the 5 years, I've lost track, but I've been working for Sewing Patterns by Mrs. H. I've done pretty much everything at one point or another, even if it's just covering for some things.
I don't think you've done any designing yet.
No, although I did help when you were trying to design the pattern that came out looking like a sad manatee.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what happened with that.
We shelved that. That turned into the crossbody bag, but we came up with a different idea for that.
Yes, it was the pockets. Yes, that's it. I was supposed to say something else here about myself, but I can't even remember.
Well, hang on. Hang on. How long have you been doing it? Anything significant about yourself?
Anything significant? Oh, any significant folk who's in my life? I don't have any fur babies.
Oh yes. Yes.
Yeah, I have no quality control inspectors. Sorry. Well, I've got this little lot up here, but they don't really count. But I do have a lovely husband who is out at work at the moment. It's our anniversary today, but we don't really.
Happy anniversary! Completely
forgot. Thank you.
Happy anniversary.
Every year, the two of us forget about it, and then someone will send a card or send a message or something, and it's like, oh yeah, anniversary. We should probably do something.
Well, to be fair, you didn't give anyone notice that you were getting married. You just told us on the day, and you said, just to let you know, we're getting married today. Are you free this afternoon? And lucky we had our wedding outfits in the that we wear to every wedding. Sorry. Luckily we were prepared, and you just went and got married.
Just rocked up and did it.
Yeah.
That's me. No fuss, no bother. I like to keep it simple. I think that's everything about me. But okay. I mean, obviously, if people have got questions, they can ask.
Yes, do please put your questions in the comments. Right, okay. So you are our social media manager now.
Yes.
You've done quite a few different jobs. What does that actually mean, and what do you do? Now, hang on, I'm going to write this down.
I look at pretty pictures on the internet.
Can't believe you get paid for that. That's great.
There is a bit more to it than that. To be honest, when I first started doing social media management for you, I didn't really know what I was doing. If I remember rightly, the lovely person who was doing it for you had just started their own business, and that was picking up really quickly, and you were sort of in this what do I do moment. And I was helping out with paper patterns, I think, at the time. Yeah, and she said, oh, you wouldn't mind just helping out for a couple of weeks, and like, here we are. When I started out, I thought it was pretty much you look at a pretty picture and you share it and you say, this awesome bag is awesome, buy it from this place. But there's so much more to it than that. So what sorry, I'm seeing in the comments like that Lizzie is spontaneous. Yeah. So pretty much what I do is I keep an eye on everything that is going on social. Everything that is going on social, both within Sewn Patterns by Mrs. H and Swoon now as well, but also what is going on in the bag making world generally, the sewing world generally, what is going on outside the bag making world. I try and look for things that are going to interest you, our viewers, that you're going to find useful and helpful, and try and look at ways to bring that information to you. So quite early on, I identified that I didn't think we should be doing the whole buy this pattern now thing, the sell, because you're following us already. You must love us to follow us, so you're going to buy our patterns. I don't need to sell to you, but what I do need to do, what we need to do as a company, is support you in your sews, and find ways to enable you to better your bag making journey. So everything that I do is aimed towards, what can we do to make that better for you? And it's kind of turned into this current month from the start of pretty pictures and this awesome bag is awesome. It's turned into this month of Big Baganeer Bonanza, celebrating your 10th anniversary, Samantha.
10!
10! With all these exciting giveaways and with the sew-alongs and things like that. So my role leading up to this has been all about coordinating that, finding the sponsors and helping out with things like that.
Yeah. Wow.
Hopefully that makes a bit more sense about what I do. Why are my hands blue? Oh, it's my light. Hopefully that makes a bit more sense about what I do. But if you want specifics, you know.
Okay, so this is what I think you do. I think you are online all day, every day, everywhere, helping everyone and inspiring everyone to leave me to come up with the designs and things, because you just seem to always be online, always helping people. And the amount you've picked up about bag making, hang on, we'll come to that later in the list. Okay, brilliant. What's your favourite thing about working here at Sewing Patterns by Mrs. H and Swoon? I'm going to close my ears in case you feel like you have to be nice.
Well, you don't have to close your ears. It's okay. My favourite thing is actually all of you. So you, the bag makers, the followers, well, my team as well. Our team is absolutely lovely. But my favourite thing is the community, because everyone's always ready to help each other out. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter like whether you've only just started bag making, whether you've made one bag and moved on to other things, whether you've made hundreds of bags. Everyone is always ready just to step in and say, right, let's help you, let's get you sorted, let's get you on track. And I love that our community does that. It makes me feel so honoured, so proud to be a part of that community. And I couldn't be if I didn't work here at Sewing Patterns by Mrs. H and Swoon Patterns. So you're enabling me to be part of an amazing community.
Oh, that's lovely. I do think we do have an amazing community here. Hi everybody.
We are very lucky.
Hi Deb, coming in. Hello. Hi everybody. So here's the question, the hot question. You work for 2 sewing pattern companies.
That's true.
Do you sew?
No. Well, okay. I don't sew, but I could in a pinch sew. And I have made one bag.
Show us your bag.
Okay. Well, if people have been paying attention to the social media feeds, they would have seen earlier this week, they would have seen me skipping off into the hillside after making this bag right here, which is a few years old now and quite battered and destroyed. This is the convertible bag, for anyone who is unfamiliar with it.
Did you not make it in ingress colours because you were quite into
I did.
Time?
I used to play ingress. Unfortunately, they put their support behind an organisation whose ethics don't align with mine. So once they did that, that was it. I walked away, which is a bit of a shame because I made some amazing friends through that, and I got a lot of exercise too. But yes, my team colours for ingress were blue. And if anyone else plays ingress, you already know there's these little portal things that look like these. They're game items. But I wanted to make sure that I could, if I was off in the hillside playing my game, that I could pop it on my back and not have to worry about it flapping around all over the place. But then if I was in a city and I was going to need to quickly plug in my phone to charge the battery or whatever, then I needed it to be crossbody. So it's got a strap, awesome strap. You clip to the top for the crossbody, or you pop it through this channel here and clip it to the bottom loops here to turn it into a backpack. So
I just realised when you threaded that through, by pulling it through with the tri-glide next to the thing, you lengthened it without having to lengthen the strap before you did it. It's so clever.
That was accidental, but excellent tip. Although I think you might have actually made the strap for me because I couldn't quite get the hang of that.
I don't know.
This was an exchange though, for if you were looking at the event picture before you came in, I'm in this amazing coat that was made by Samantha, and that was Samantha, and that was a trade. You and I did a trade. You made me the coat in exchange for a king size crochet blanket made in bubble stitch using sock weight yarn. And it took so long that you said, I'll teach you how to make a bag. So I made this.
Well. Yeah, I felt really bad. In fact, I still feel like I owe you. That was a good barter from my
Oh
point
my
of view.
goodness, no. I love my coat. I love it so much that I hardly ever wear it because I'm terrified of damaging it.
So you do live in Wales where it rains a lot. Dal was
That's
saying,
true.
what I like of Lizzie is their joy, always so uplifting. I'm taking the plunge and saying that Lizzie is the middle one.
Ooh, do you agree with Dalva?
See if anybody else agrees. So one of us is the middle child and one of us is the older child. And Amanda, who is also in comments, is the younger one. Although she is the most sensible one, is she not? Amanda is.
I think Amanda is the most sensible of all of us apart from you.
Oh, I'm not very sensible. So, right, you said earlier that part of what you do is about finding the right words to go in a post or a blog or a newsletter. What words do you live by? So what's your motto?
Yeah, okay. Okay, I think you can't change what's happened before. You can't change what's in the past. It's gone, it's done. But what you can do is you can use those experiences, that knowledge, to change what you do in the future, to address how you approach the future. I think it took me quite a long while to figure that out, but I try and live by that now. I try not to dwell on what's past because I can't do anything about it, but try to remember what has happened so that I can improve things in the future. And I think that applies to bag making, with crafting generally, as well, because I mean, we've talked about this before, we all have wobbly stitch days. You can't go back and unwobble your stitches, but what you can do is you can think about, you know, what caused those stitches to wobble, what can I do in future to make my stitches straight. And yeah, so those are the words that I try and live by. Yeah.
That's good. That can apply to every situation. Sorry. Okay. So even though you're not a bag maker yourself, you spend a lot of time looking at bags and reading reports of bag makers. Based on that, what advice would you give to a new bag maker or baganeer?
Baganeer. Yeah, and I was remembering this the other day. You and Janelle, I think, came up with that term in the first place, didn't you, a few years back now?
Well, so, we needed a name for ourselves.
I think it was with Amanda's help, though. I think, like in a little. But yeah, you're quite right, because
we had a few people all trying to come up with a name, and I think Janelle came up with it in the end.
Yeah, well, it's understandable because Soa doesn't read well on screen. Oh, anyway, sorry, you asked about advice.
Advice for new bag makers.
Advice for new bag makers. Advice for sewing generally. Read your pattern before you start. Before you do anything else, read your pattern. Have a proper little look through it. If there's anything that doesn't make sense as you're reading through it, ask questions. If it's one of our patterns, send us questions, or put questions up in a relevant group, this group here or one of the other groups. You can ask questions either before you start or as you're working along the way. That's, you know, absolutely fine. Ask questions of anything that doesn't make sense, because there's always someone there to help you. And then just take it one stitch at a time as you go. And most importantly, be kind to yourself if something doesn't work, and then celebrate when it does as well, because you've made a bag. That's amazing. That's an achievement. Well done, you. So
at this stage, lockdown, we're celebrating making a strap or a pocket.
That's very true. Celebrate making a strap. Celebrate making a pocket.
Absolutely.
Celebrate each stitch.
Fab. So has anybody else got any questions? Pop them in comments if you have. I've got some from people who have submitted them previously. I feel like I've got a question that I've written on a scrap of paper somewhere, but we'll see if that comes back to me. But if you've got any questions, pop them in the comments and we'll come to those. So Lindsay asked, when you look at your favourite colour, what memory comes to mind?
Oh, now that's a tricky one. Memories can be a little bit troublesome for me because my brain processes things differently. I didn't mention in the who are you bit when I probably should have. I'm neurodivergent. I'm autistic, possibly ADHD, but I'm still waiting on an assessment for that, so who knows. So the way that my brain processes things is different to a lot of other people. So I can't always access memories. They come on me at weird times. But when I look at colours, I tend to associate them with emotions. So my favourite colour is actually a very pale blue, the blue of a horizon on a warm summer's day. That's how I used to describe it. And when I see that colour, that particular shade of blue, I feel calm. Basically, it's a peaceful colour, and I guess I feel a sense of wholeness as well. I've got that shade of blue here actually, a shawl that I crocheted. Here we go. So let's bring this up a bit closer. So hopefully that's showing okay on the screen. That blue to me, that's calm. I hope that helps answer your question, Lindsay. Sorry I couldn't give you a memory.
Let's say your favourite memory is me.
Oh yeah, definitely. My favourite memory is this moment right here.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got. Oh no, hang on. I don't want to ask this question. Tanya, I don't want to ask this question. I feel obliged to though.
What question?
Do you have any funny stories about Mrs. H?
See, that's a safe question to ask though, because as I've just said, I can't remember half the things that have ever happened. But I do think you are one of the funniest people that I know. And I say that knowing my husband is a retired entertainer and told jokes for a living. You're one of the funniest people that I know, because your mind too works in interesting ways, and you're always finding new connections or unusual connections for things. Like I mentioned earlier about the bag design that you were working on that ended up for the crossbody bag that was shelved, that ended up looking like a really sad manatee. And
it became the studio pet for a while, and it used to live on my husband does his like his social media person used to work in the studio as well, and it sort of lived on his shoulder for a while.
Yeah, it was a bit like a puppet. But I mean, things like that, just little random moments that come out like that. But you're just generally funny anyway. Like the whole way that you see the world is refreshing. So
calling me funny. Hey, do you remember when we started doing videos and we tried about 7 or 8 times to get, hi, I'm Mrs. H.
Yes. And there's one where you're just going.
I think, didn't we get a can of polish? Which
yes,
might be a different brand in other places, but here polish is generally Pledge. Name of polish. So I wish I had a can of polish now. I should have read the questions before we came on. I can't use my rotary cutter because that would be dangerous. Safety no big deal.
People will know that I wrote them for you if you tell them that.
No, other people.
Oh,
question.
Okay.
Other people gave this question. So when I had the can of polish, I said, "Hi, I'm Mrs. H, and this is my pledge to you." I'll get my pledge for Tuesday.
Awesome.
Tuesday? I think it's Tuesday. Okay, good.
Or we're bound to have that video somewhere in our archives, so maybe we can find that somewhere.
Lizzie, let's see your mug, please.
Oh, it's a happy octopus, and it contains. I'm not going to dare tip it in case it goes over my laptop. It contains mango cordial, mango squash.
Ooh.
But yeah, it's a happy octopus.
Never was thinking you were drinking like coffee or tea or something grown up and sensible.
I've already had 3 cups of coffee today, so I probably shouldn't have any more.
Fair enough.
And big cups. No.
Okay, and what's your favourite snack to go with that?
I'm a bit odd because my favourite snack is potato. Just potato. Oh, well, cooked, obviously. You know, I wouldn't eat it raw. But potatoes are my comfort food. So chips, crisps, mashed potato, jacket potato, anything.
Hang on, let me stop you there.
Based.
Jacket potato is apparently a British thing. Apparently, they're called baked potato elsewhere.
That's wild.
I know, but jacket potato is when you cook a potato in its jacket.
Exactly.
Skin. Yeah, apparently it's a British thing.
I never knew that. Wow, thank you. That's really interesting information.
And also,
potato, however it's cooked.
If I was technologically minded and had prepared more than I did, I could have now said QVT and we could have had Matt Lucas singing the baked potato song.
We could have. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Tammy's asking a baked potato. So, sorry, Tammy, does that mean you don't have baked potatoes at all? That's very sad.
That is very sad.
Yeah.
Baked sweet potatoes are nice as well, but they're not the same as just normal jackets.
No. Baked potatoes is like a staple, isn't it?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Is there anything else you wanted to say about potatoes?
They can be poisonous if they're not prepared properly because they're technically a member of the nightshade family. They were originally used as hand warmers hundreds of years ago. That's probably not what you wanted to know, is it? I do also like chocolate from time to time, but really I'm more of a savoury person than a sweet person.
Oh, Tammy, yes. Yeah, we are talking about the same thing. So they do have baked potatoes, but don't call them jacket potatoes. So we call them jacket potatoes because they're baked potatoes because they're baked in their jackets. Mm-hmm. Which, now you think about it, is a bit odd. Yeah, okay.
So I'm trying to think of anything else that you bake in the outside and then call it a jacket, whatever. Jacket bananas?
I've never baked jacket bananas. Jacket apples? Because you do bake apples in the oven, don't you?
That's very true.
Yeah.
I do have a special potato book. I'm slowly slogging my way through it. I'm presuming it's Amanda in the comments has mentioned. Yes. I've got a special potato book. It's proper thick. It's all about the history of the potato and of its influence on society generally, and the effects that it had on different groups within our society. It's absolutely fascinating, but very dry. So it's just a little bit at a time for reading that. It's quite heavy going. Sorry, this is supposed to be about snacks. Tell us your favourite snacks.
Yes, tell us your favourite snacks. Well, Tammy loves potatoes as well. So a question live from the audience. Do you quarrel? And Amanda, our younger sister, has said we never quarrel.
I'm sure we have. We've had fallings out, but whenever we have fallings out, there's generally a room to be redecorated afterwards, and that's when we fix all our problems, when we're doing DIY.
Yes.
Anytime that we're not having we've got a little disagreement, we just do some DIY together and we're fine.
I don't remember quarrelling as sensible grown-ups. I say sensible.
Who are you calling sensible? Well, who are you calling a grown-up?
I don't remember quarrelling as adults, and we don't quarrel about work.
No, but I think that's because both of us are quite evidence-based in what we do. So if we have a disagreement with each other, we've got a good reason for doing it. We can say, you know, I don't think we should be doing this because of reason, and there's evidence. So
yeah, but we don't quarrel, do we? We just accept.
Oh no, it's not quarreling.
Opinion. Yeah, I feel so sensible and grown up. We don't.
I mean, we did when we were kids.
We don't quarrel with Amanda because Amanda always wins.
Amanda's logic, though, is flawless. Her brain is amazing.
Yeah, she's got a massive brain.
Although her head is normal size, so you wouldn't know it.
That's true. That is true. Yes.
Maybe it's like a TARDIS, you know, bigger on the inside.
Yeah. we're all geniuses, obviously.
In our own ways, yeah. I mean,
we don't quarrel with Amanda because Amanda.
You design bag sewing patterns.
But you like do all the stuff you do. Lizzie,
that's true.
That's what we can't do. Anyway, yeah. So no, we don't generally quarrel. But see, we when we're not working, we generally talk about work anyway. And in work,
yeah, that's true.
Has got the opportunity to pull rank if they want to. So maybe that's a deciding factor about why we don't quarrel. Although I tend to trust you, and if you say we need to do this, I just say yeah, okay, whatever you need to do. Okay, so question from Amanda. Some of you will remember Amanda from retreats, and she used to work with me, or used to work with us some years ago. She doesn't work with us anymore, except on a consultancy basis, which is nice. So we've always got her to mediate. Yes, there we go. Okay, so her question is, what's your favourite dinosaur?
Excellent question, Amanda. Thank you. I don't know, let me tilt this up a little bit. I don't know if you can see, I've got a couple of dinosaurs up behind me here. Let's bring this one down. Okay, here is a little dinosaur for you. He moves. Hang on. He's not going to walk. He's not going to walk, unfortunately. Oh, sorry. So this is a T-Rex, sort of. I I have a little thing for T-Rexes because many years ago, whenever I was feeling sad, one of the ways that I made myself feel better was imagining T-Rex trying to do everyday activities using these tiny little arms that he's got out at the front. So I'd try and picture T-Rex playing tennis. Well, that's not every day. Hanging out the washing. So hanging out the washing on the washing line. Although I feel a little bit bad for T-Rex now because I injured my shoulder a year ago and I can't hang out the washing properly now either. But that's one of the things that always used to make me happy when I felt sad, was imagining T-Rex trying to do things that he just couldn't do because he hasn't got proper movement. So T-Rex, brilliant question, Amanda. Sorry?
T-Rex seems quite angry, and that might be because of his tiny arms.
Possibly. It could also be because T-Rex is kind of like a giant overgrown pigeon. So imagine if you have to run around along like that all the time.
True. But then
although we probably shouldn't mock T-Rex because he'll bite our face off.
Yeah.
Sorry. True. What were you saying? Sorry.
Another question from the audience. Do you have another job besides Mrs. H? Now, I know the answer to this, and I know the answer is yes, but I will let you answer.
Sort of, yes, I do. On a kind of freelance consultancy kind of basis. I do audio transcription for a transcription company. So tippy tappy typing, based on what's been said over the audio. That's kind of a hobby, although it does pay. It's kind of a hobby because I'm fascinated by words and by language and by the way that people talk to each other. That's what I went to university to study, was to, try and understand why people talk to each other the way that they talk to each other. But there's not really much of a career in how do people talk to each other. But transcription, you get to listen to how people talk to each other and type it up and get paid for it. So I thought that was a really cool way to indulge one of my interests while being paid for it. But I don't do it very often. I think I haven't done it at all this month because it's been a bit of a busy month. But
you've been busy this month, have you?
It's been busy this month. But no, usually most weeks I'll pick up 1 or 2 files, and that's just like a couple of hours worth of typing just to indulge my hobby there. But,
no, that's not the job that I was thinking of.
Oh.
The other job is a voluntary role as well.
You've got me stumped now.
How many hours a day do you spend sorting out your husband?
Oh. Oh, bless. That's a really good point, actually. Yeah, my husband, bless his heart, he is a delight, but he does
He's
have some.
navigationally challenged.
Yeah, he has some difficulties with technology. So yeah, and yeah.
So sometimes he gets lost and he phones Lizzie for directions. Quite often he gets lost, going the same routes that he's always gone.
He gets lost a lot.
Yeah, and he's just we love him. So we should do a meet the team's husband with him, because he's brilliant. We love him so much.
Yes, he could do some magic for us.
Yeah,
I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
His brain is obviously on higher things.
Oh, most definitely. He's always thinking about like magic and jokes and things like that. That's where he lives in his head. Plus, I think it doesn't help that he is dyslexic, and I think that messes with his map skill, his sense of navigation. He went cycling the other day, and he wanted to go a new route that he hadn't been before. And I showed him on the map where to go, and I said to him, you get to the train station, go under the train station and turn left. And if he'd gone that way, he would have ended up going north into basically the edge of the Brecon Beacons, where it's really beautiful. He phoned me from somewhere about 20 miles south of here. I don't know where I am. I'm near a pub, but I can't see what it says. There's no road signs. So I helped him get home, and he was adamant that he went under the train station. There's a tunnel, not just like randomly digging underneath it. He went under the train station and turned left, but I am absolutely certain that he must have turned right, because he's the only way he could have gone south. The only way.
I love it.
He's adorable though, bless him.
He keeps you busy.
Yeah. I didn't realise you didn't know that I still do the audio transcription.
No, I didn't know. Moonlighting on the side. I'm surprised you have time, to be fair.
Well, I haven't this month. It's been a bit busy. Too much laundry to do.
Forcing you to take time off.
Oh.
Lizzie's not very good at taking her holiday entitlement.
Well, I do have a holiday booked next month, so there will be. I know. If lockdown's over, I'm going to come and invade Cornwall. Hopefully.
Well, I hope the wind dies down a bit. So another question from the audience: do you speak any other languages?
Gibberish. I like learning other languages, but I'm not very good at remembering them. So typically, how many languages have I learned over time? I spent time learning French, German, Japanese,
Latin.
I dabbled in Spanish. Oh yeah, Latin. Don't forget Latin. Yeah, dabbled in a bit of Spanish for a while as well. Tried Welsh too, but I'm really bad at retaining any of the information about them. So I throw myself into them and learn as much as I can, and then it is all gone. But on the upside, it does sometimes mean that when we get emails or messages in from customers that speak those languages, I can usually figure out what it is they're asking, and then I know more or less what to say back. I do have to use Google Translate quite a lot, but I normally go into it with a general gist of what it is that what the question is that we're being asked. So yeah, no, I don't really speak any other languages, unfortunately. I wish that I did. It's a wonderful skill to have.
We're getting quite good at recognizing certain words in certain languages, though, aren't we? Like patterns sites and selling and downloads. We get quite good at recognizing those in different languages.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, and we need to as well, because we have such a lovely international base. We have followers from all around the world, which is just wonderful.
It's amazing. Okay, so let's go on to the quick fire round, and then we'll see which of us is the older sibling. Wait, any more votes, please cast them. So far, we've got 2 votes for me being the elder and you being the middle child. I'm sure they say that middle children are the most disruptive.
Maybe. I don't know.
The elder sibling makes the rules. The middle sibling is the reason we have the rules. And the younger sister, there are no rules. Which would be accurate for our family, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Although Amanda's very good at following rules.
She is. Yeah.
Right, where were we?
Do you prefer tea or coffee?
Coffee, always.
Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Night owl. I'm typically online until like 2 o'clock in the morning most days.
Spring, summer, autumn, or winter?
Ooh. Probably autumn because of the colours.
Do you think you're influenced by that because your birthday's in autumn?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I don't think so. I nearly went for spring there, because you've got beautiful colours in spring as well. Like all the greens and the pinks are coming out right now. But when you get to autumn, you get the orange, the red, the purple. The hills all around here just become like velvet. And they're too far away to stroke, but I can imagine stroking them, and the colours are so rich, so beautiful. But I've got a tiny obsession with colours and the way that light bounces off of things. Anyway, that wasn't very quick fire.
Sorry. Do you hang your toilet paper under or over?
Obviously, it's got to be over. Well, unless you've got a cat, it's got to be over.
We all know the correct answer to that one.
The only 2 reasons to have it under are cats and toddlers.
Yeah, fair point. Now, this is slightly niche question here. If you're in the UK, you might have heard of the Battle of the Caterpillars. So every supermarket in the UK has got a caterpillar cake, a birthday celebration cake. And the posh one of the posh supermarkets has taken one of the cheaper supermarkets to court for copying their caterpillar. So Colin is the posh one and Cuthbert is the cheaper one. And if you want to see excellent social media, really have a look at Colin versus Cuthbert. It's excellent. All over the weekend, the team behind Aldi, the Cuthbert, it was Aldi, wasn't it? The Cuthbert.
Yeah, Aldi are responsible for Cuthbert, but they did kind of step over the line a little bit with their charity message. That they took that a little bit too far, I think. But that's just, from a social media manager perspective, it's not the tack I would have taken.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see, Colin or Cuthbert.
I want to say neither, because I quite like the Tesco version, which I can't remember what it's called. But to be honest, they are all just a chocolate Swiss roll covered in chocolate with Smarties on. So any caterpillar cake will do. They're all the same.
Yeah. And I guess it's the same with pattern designing and intellectual property. If somebody's copying what you do, then you just keep innovating, don't you? And then they can't keep up. So masters need to come up with a new idea, really.
To be honest, the Aldi version is a bit too close to the M&S version. I think they are at risk there, but I think M&S, there's probably a better way for them to deal with the whole situation.
Trial by social media.
Yes. Yeah, it could be worse. At least it's not beans on Weetabix.
Yes, true. Okay, so that's all my questions. Let's find out which one is the wild middle child and which one is the sensible older child.
Sensible.
I am the middle child. I am the reason we have rules.
You're the boss.
Which is quite funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the eldest. Officially.
Yeah. And it was your, oh no, it wasn't your birthday. Whose birthday? Oh, it was Dustin. Don't worry. It was my husband's birthday yesterday.
Yes.
I did remember
OMG,
the
no
day.
way.
Yes.
Yes way.
I know. 2 years. And Amanda's the younger, obviously. And when, this is the one story I do remember from our childhood. When Mum was pregnant with Amanda, I took it upon myself to borrow Lizzie's poster paints and redecorate, ready for the new baby coming. And I was, how old was I? Like 2 or something, 2.5.
Yeah, about that.
And the only one I could reach was black. And I was a really helpful child. So I got Lizzie's post. Lizzie got in immense trouble for not putting her poster paints away. Obviously, I didn't get in any trouble because, you know, pure delight I am. I'm still the favourite child, by the way.
That's true. You are the favourite, definitely.
Yeah. Apart from, no, I am. And so
You're
I
the favourite.
decided to redecorate the. So I painted the bathroom and I painted the tiles, I painted the bathtub, I painted the walls, the floor, the toilet.
Yourself.
Myself out onto the landing. I probably would have gone down the stairs if there wasn't a stair gate. I'm assuming there was a stair gate because we were little.
I think there was.
Yeah, and my mother came up and she was heavily pregnant with my sister Amanda at the time, or our sister Amanda at the time. And I didn't get in any trouble at all. She just laughed and laughed and laughed. So I'm sorry, Lizzie, you got in trouble for leaving your paints out.
As I mentioned earlier, I can't even remember it.
I'm the reason we've got the rule now. You know, or we had the rule, put your paints away. Oh dear. Yeah, brilliant. Sorry, Mum. At least we're like, you know, not worrying her anymore.
That's true. But remember, you can't change what's happened in the past. All you can do is use those experiences to change how you address the future. So I was going to say, make sure Tiny Boss puts away her poster paints, but who's going to borrow those? One of the pugs?
Yeah, but maybe Mum might want a black landing. Black's quite in now. Anyway,
that's true.
That's Lizzie. Right, hang on, I've got some notes. Pretend I'm speaking naturally to the camera and not reading them. Well, I could put them behind the camera and then it looks like I'm a newsreader. Can't see my hand at all. Okay, so don't forget, we've got blog interviews with Ingrid and Helen coming up tomorrow. So Ingrid is our wonderful customer services person and she answers all of the emails and a lot of the page messages. And if you've posted on our pages, one of the team will reply. But Ingrid is massively, massively wonderful. And she's so encouraging to the team. We love her. And Helen is my PA. So obviously I love her as well. She keeps us all organised. She keeps us on track. She makes sure everybody gets paid. So they're coming tomorrow, and then we've got more Meet the Team interviews as we, as we sort of get to them because there's loads of team members. We're very, very fortunate. We've got a lovely, lovely team. We love our team.
Yeah.
And if you missed our previous live Meet the Team interviews, there's 3 up on the Swoon channel, which is the interviews with Monica, Nova and Tammy, because most of our team work across the 2 brands. Dawa, I guess after the 30th you will take a break. A break sounds good. A break?
We've got more stuff happening next month. It's just no daily giveaways, so I don't need to think about that for a month. But we've got I think
justify the wages. We've got to keep busy, haven't we?
I think we've got 5 or 6 sew-alongs next month as well, so it's really busy.
So what's coming up this week? So Zeba is here on Monday at 7 o'clock. So that's BST. British Summertime. And she's going to be talking about things you need to think about when using wax canvas and cork. We get a lot of questions for that. So if you're interested in that, Monday is the night. She's going to use the ring sling pattern as a, as sort of a base for that. But it's not a full demo. It's just about dealing with wax canvas and cork. And if you've got any questions about cork and canvas, you can submit those in advance to Lizzie or to any of our social media channels. We'll see them, or you can get them ready for Monday for Zeba. That'd be fab. And then I'm here on Tuesday with my Meet the Team. So if you've got any questions for that, please do submit them, because I feel like you've learned a lot about me tonight instead of Lizzie. So typical middle child thing, eh? And then Wednesday through Friday, I'm going to be making the city tote. And that could go either way. I was going to practice it because I designed it a good year ago, but I haven't had time. So could be interesting. So if you like a real-time exciting event.
Your piece is cut out though, thanks to your electric rotary cutter.
Some of the pieces. I haven't cut the pocket yet, or the strap. I mean, who cuts the strap first?
Oh,
Lynn.
Procrastination.
Yeah.
Lynn will not be impressed.
No. Oh, there's two straps actually, because it's handles, isn't it? It's just tote. Yeah.
Good point.
So that will be at 7:00 British summertime as well. It's funny we're calling it British summertime, looking out the window. Yeah. So yes, that's what we've got coming up. Thank you very much, Lizzie. We liked meeting you.
If anyone's watching this back on replay and we haven't answered a question that you had, you can always put it in the comments, because as Samantha mentioned earlier, I am always here, except for when I'm not.
Yeah, but I'm glad that we had the interview with you and talked to you, because now we know about you.
Hooray!
We think you're amazing. You do so much for the team, and even the things that are not your job, you still do. We appreciate it, and you come up with good solutions. Don't cry. Okay, so apparently Monica cuts the straps first, and Dalva cuts the straps first, and Lynn, I know, cuts the strap first, and she's trying to get me into the habit of cutting them first. So I might be in the minority here.
I'll have to ask again. I'll put up another story later asking about strap procrastination and see who else does it.
Yeah,
that's as long as I don't forget, because I'm going to go and make my husband's tea now.
Is he going to be home in time? Is he not coming? Is he not driving home now?
He's going to be driving home in 6 minutes' time, so he will be back in approximately 40 minutes, I'd say.
If he
I haven't prepared a fun anniversary tea or anything, so oops.
Well, I hope everybody has a good evening or a good afternoon, or good morning, depending on where you are. And if you've got any other questions for Lizzie, pop them in comments and she'll come. They'll come. Sorry, they'll come. And
that's okay. It's hard to remember sometimes.
It is very hard, but I appreciate your patience with me. And I'm not gonna cut my straps out. I'm gonna go and cook some tea. Oh, and don't forget to look up the Baked Potato song by Matt Lucas. Excellent.
Yes. Maybe we'll put it in the comments later.
Yeah, good idea. Okay, all right. Thank you for talking to us. Bye-bye.